So, Azure Day Poland, you already
Yeah.
have your session, Tiago?
All done, dusted and done. Great session. I think people loved it. I had like a packed room,
It
and
was really packed.
people were excited about the topic. So I talked about how to secure AI workloads, and it was, I think, a very relevant topic for the audience that we had. So
Yeah.
I had good feedback. So
It was a
hopefully
lovely
they enjoyed.
session. Yeah, I'm pretty proud that I'm kind of doing most of the things you mentioned already, so I'm on the safe side. That's a good thing.
That's always a good start, yes.
Yeah.
But there is more to do than what I explained.
Correct.
But this was just 45 minutes, so there's even more that we need to explain. Yeah.
Correct. So we're in Poland, in the capital, Warsaw,
Yeah.
and I am standing next to Tiago Costa. If there's anybody who doesn't know Tiago, maybe you could say a couple of words about yourself.
Yeah. So my name is Tiago. I work as a cloud and AI architect for Microsoft Azure, and I have been helping customers basically around the world on Azure challenges that they have since basically we had something called Project Red Dog, which was the code name for Azure. So
Wow, back
Yeah.
then, yeah. Yeah, you're pretty famous, I think. Most people know you already on that context. But I attended your session. I have mine on 16:30, so in a couple of hours.
yeah.
A fantastic conference, I think. Quite a lot of people, and it's organized
Yep.
by the Azure User Group of Poland.
Correct.
Correct, yeah. How they managed to do this, that's amazing.
No, it is. It is definitely amazing. I also run a local Azure group in Portugal, and when we organize a conference, to be honest, with great effort, we get like 250, 300 people the most.
Exactly.
And it's with big effort. So I actually have, I really find this quite, quite good numbers here. I think we're like probably like 700 people here today. It's like quite crowded, to be honest. We waited for lunch a lot, so.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I'm amazed. It's a great conference. And speaking about great conferences, we're pretty close to the MVP Summit. It's
Yes,
going
we're-
to be my first time there.
Ooh, congrats.
It's not your first, I guess.
It's definitely not my first time. Since I'm an MVP, I always went every year. The only years that I skipped was before when we had COVID.
Okay,
That
correct.
they canceled, the in-person summit.
Right.
So Lufthansa, if you're watching, you still owe me money for my canceled flight for the MVP summit. Okay.
And you don't owe me money, but if you're listening, then please give us a good flight. We don't want any surprises to the flight,
But it should-
bring
should-
us home safe.
No, it should be all right. And the MVP Summit is actually like great time for people that are MVPs. To actually interact with local people that actually build the products. And
Yeah.
passing feedback to them, etc. So that's also something that I ask. Is if there are people out there in the audience that if you want some feedback that we both pass to the local teams, send us, and we will
Exactly.
definitely do this. We'll definitely talk with the right people that can actually make actions.
Yeah.
So it's always great to hear from them and to understand where Azure is going. Okay.
Yeah, and I also understand that it's an important part of our visit to Microsoft headquarters in Redmond to tell them what we see from the markets that we represent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes look, and I've been in that situation too, which is they're in corp, they're sitting there in corp, and they don't experience what the customers are feeling on the field.
Yes.
And they rely on us, okay, to also pass that experience to them, so that of course then they can filter that, because it's not because one customer has a challenge that they're going to change the whole product. But if they hear that a little bit more often, they see, this might be something that we need to do.
Of course. Yeah. I expect it to be like a life experience. At least for me, it's my first time in the United States actually. So there is a lot to expect and a lot to experience there. And now you've been there before, and except from those awesome sessions that they're going to hold, you mentioned about a few parties also. So
We don't say parties, we say network events.
Networking, of course.
So if my wife is watching this, it's
Yeah.
network events. Repeat after me.
Networking events.
There you go.
If my wife is watching, I'm not even going to attend those. Maybe.
I'll make sure he's going to the
Okay.
network events.
Yes. But we're staying sober, 100%.
100%.
And we're learning a lot of new people
Yep.
with whom we're going to work in the future, with whom we're going to exchange ideas, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome week, I think. It's at least it's, to be honest, is like a week that every year when I know when it is, I block that week in my calendar. It's like it's blocked.
Yeah.
I'm going. It doesn't matter. Okay, anything more? I'm actually going on that for sure because it's really important, at least for me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more excited. So this is in like 10 days, 12 days, or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So until then, nice seeing you again in yet another conference.
Yeah.
And nice seeing you, all of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye
See you,
bye.
everyone.